Hey guys, welcome to Z's Comics Talks, Movies, TV, and pretty much everything else that we want to talk about. Like we said earlier on the Thursday video, we're going to switch up our formats. We're going to start doing these on the weekends, maybe even Monday, just to make sure that we bring you like more up-to-date news. And the cool stuff usually happens on the weekends anyway. So, starting off, Friday, November 1st,
Yes.
in 1 year anniversary, they re-released Godzilla Minus One in theaters. Along with that release, guess what? They announced another Godzilla movie with the director Takashi Yamazaki returning to helm the project. Yes, man. All right. So I'm so excited for this. Godzilla Minus One.
He is.
Probably the best Godzilla movie that I've ever seen. And I've seen them all. Okay, even that crappy one with the...
Bad mouthing the 98 Godzilla.
No. Like, okay, I'm still not a fan of that one, but at the same time, if it wasn't called Godzilla, it'd be a good, kaiju movie.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about that weird one that the kid somehow made contact with the son of Godzilla.
Son of Godzilla movie?
No. Son of Godzilla is good, but that one was weird. Okay, he somehow made like a mental link to Godzuki. Or not Godzuki, the son of Godzilla. Yeah. I think it was Manila, something like that.
I think so.
But yeah, that was weird. But yeah, like this one, just Godzilla Minus One. I sung its praise all last year. I love it. I've sung its praise all this year. It's amazing. I love it.
Every time something comes up about it.
Yep, exactly.
He doesn't shut up.
Exactly. I really don't. And rumors. These are all just unsubstantiated rumors, but. The ending to the to Godzilla Minus One had like the survivors of the Godzilla, one of Godzilla's incidents, like have these marks on them, like a radiation burn almost, but it was like some sort of growing up. Kind of reminds me of Biollante, which is the figure that we got right there. So and I'm gonna tell you right now, Godzilla vs. Biollante is number 2. To me, it's number 2.
Okay.
Godzilla vs. Biollante, number 2. It's hard hitting. It's good. But yeah, all right, moving on. Marvel Studios is rumored to be fast-tracking the Midnight Suns movie in relation to putting Blade on indefinite hiatus.
Will they have Blade in this movie, though?
I don't know. So we did a video a while back about the leaked memo regarding the cast or the team roster for Midnight Suns, and Blade was on it.
Yeah.
But then again, that was like, what, about a month and a half ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, Blade comes on. Blade comes out on there. I don't know, but yeah, we need another Blade movie. Okay, all right. A sequel to Alien Romulus was also announced. No word on the name yet, but Fede Alvarez, the director of Alien Romulus, is getting close to signing a deal for helming this sequel. So stay tuned for that. As soon as we get more information, we'll let you guys know. As you can see up here, Alien Romulus, the prequel comic on sale right now. I ordered 10 of those. I'm down to my last 2.
Nice.
I like it. You love to see it.
It was a good movie. I still haven't
seen it, man. I'm so behind. I haven't gone to the movies in a while.
You need to go pick up the VHS.
I do. What was it? December? The first week of December, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna go pick up a VHS and I'm gonna dust off the one inside my shed.
I don't think it's gonna be long enough to have 2 VHSs in it, but I think it'd be good.
Well, back then the VHSs were like, okay, if it's more than 2 hours, you get 2 of them. And Titanic had like 3 cassettes.
Titanic was just Titanic.
Pacific Rim had 2 DVD. Not Pacific Rim. Wow. Pearl Harbor. Way off on that. Pearl Harbor had 2 discs on DVD.
I think the extended versions of Lord of the Rings have 2 discs as well.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I think so, yeah. I've never, even though I've seen the extended versions, I've only ever either seen it on TV or just watched them digital on streaming. I've never actually owned the extended versions. So
I like Lord of the Rings. If they're on, I'll watch it. I don't complain about it. You know what I mean? I just can't make the decision. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on.
I do it a lot. It's good. It's tremendous.
I'll do it with Star Wars every now and then. I'll toss on some Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones or like Empire. But
I mean, I guess I can kind of give you that with Star Wars. Star Wars, at least, even if you're not gonna watch it. It's got that it's loud. Yeah. There's a lot of parts in Lord of the Rings where I give you it's not exactly loud, so you might forget that it's on.
He has no memory of this place. Moving on, Netflix shutters their AAA video game wing
Yeah.
Department. I don't know. They've made 0 games.
Yeah, the pretty sure it was just a tax write-off thing that they could no longer use as a tax write-off. And so
it was made what, 3 years ago, like close to the start of the COVID shutdowns, right? And then like they were like, yes, we're gonna make so many games, and nothing ever came out of it. You know what? I think they did a mobile game for Stranger Things, didn't they? Or was that somebody else?
No, that might have been somebody else.
Okay. Well, yeah. So bottom line is, no console games came out of this thing, and everybody was all like, "Wait, they still had a video game industry?" So yeah, kind of weird. Sony shut down 2 of their subdivisions. One of them was that Start of the Sea. Yeah, that's how bad this game was. I don't remember the name of it, but because of that, the developer shut down, and they were a subsidiary of Sony.
I think I remember hearing about this, because it was like a game that it's like a company that went under.
Instead of giving us a crossover,
back, and then went under again.
Yeah, instead of giving us a crossover between Prototype and Infamous, they gave us that crappy game whose name escapes me. And now now that it finally came out after 8-9 years of development, and it just tanked. It was just bad. So it was so bad that it sucked up 2 companies. So that's how bad it was. In other news, Netflix greenlights the Tomb Raider animes season 2. I have heard very mixed things about this, and next week I'm going to have a review. I am going to commit myself. I'm going to watch the rest of the season 1 like I did with Terminator, and I'm going to bring you the news. Okay, I'm bringing the news next week about the Tomb Raider anime series. Okay, because I'm hearing very mixed things, and I don't know who to believe. So guess what? I'm about to dive into it. Okay,
and kind of keeping with Netflix. Evidently, they are losing Voltron. They're not gonna.
Gundam.
Gundam, yes. Gundam. That's it. Gundam is no longer gonna be on Netflix, and because of that, Highlander is also getting pushed back as well.
Well, I knew Gundam. I knew Gundam was going to Netflix, and they just decided to stop it.
Yeah.
Why is that pushing back Highlander though? Because Voltron.
You know what? I think.
Because I know.
You know what? Okay, so. Yes. Oh, I got my train of thought now. So yes, Netflix is losing Gundam. Voltron, which is like I know somehow Highlander is getting pushed back.
What I heard about it was that Henry Cavill's plate got too full because they were like rushing the Voltron movie, and it's going into pre-production like a couple weeks, and just because of how the contracts were worded. The Highlander movie can't do anything because they don't even have a script yet.
Oh, it's very sad.
Yeah, which I'm like,
dude, Highlander.
What? I think I've only ever seen like bits and pieces of the first one, but I liked it. I need to go back and rewatch them. There was a Highlander TV series that was really weird. Everybody that I mentioned it to was like, "Oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it?" Yeah, it was a thing. It was like 2 seasons long or something. But yeah, it's been the Henry Cavill has been attached to it for a while, since like season 2 of The Witcher, and nothing's come up. Nothing's come out of it. Like they've been waiting on scripts and all that stuff, and I guess they just kind of dropped the ball, and it's still happening.
I think The Witcher is also getting its season 4, but they've lost another actor for it, but I just don't know who.
I thought the next season was going to be the last one.
Yeah, isn't it season 4?
Yeah, the next season is going to be the last one. Did they lose another person?
Yeah, but they lost another actor. Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's like. I honestly haven't even seen the second part of season 3. Yeah,
it ends kind of weird. It ends very abruptly. But all right, moving on. Rumor, the Spider-Man, the animated series from 1998, or that ended in 1998, is rumored to be getting a revival from Marvel Studios on their Disney Plus platform. This is huge because it's following in the X-Men 97's footsteps and hoping to achieve the same level of success. For me, I think it's going to rise to the occasion. I think it's going to surpass X-Men 97. And yes, I've seen it all. I love X-Men 97. The animated series of Spider-Man was even better, in my opinion. Okay,
I'm really excited about that. But honestly, if any Spider-Man animated series was getting a revival,
Spectacular.
Yeah,
I'm kind of with you on that one. All right, the animated series, and then Spectacular.
Yes.
Okay, but they're close. They're close.
Like
they're
I got
close.
excited seeing my boy there in Across the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah,
you seen him there? I was like, there
he dude came back. Yeah.
Too, yeah,
dude came back to voice.
Lines.
Yes, he had a line.
It was nice.
Yeah, it was very good. Captain Marvel 3, also kind of a rumor, kind of not. It's kind of weird on this one. There's been a leak, and then there's been kind of official things going around on this. So we don't know if this is going to be the same story that's going to be happening later on. But Captain Marvel 3 is going to be one of the first movies after the soft reboot after Avengers: Secret Wars, and it's going to be the first part of the mutant saga of the MCU. It's rumored that the main villain of the movie is going to be Rogue. And if you know anything about, Carol Danvers' history, you know Rogue is one of her big bads from the early well, back then she worked for the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and the word evil was in the name, so
it's been redacted.
Yeah, now it's redacted. Now it's just the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the rumor about the villain, that's just rumor. Captain Marvel 3 operating as like a soft or as the first movie of a soft reboot, that could be a strong case for it because of what happens in Secret Wars. So stay tuned on that more. Supposedly they're also going to introduce Mr. Marvel, which he was supposed to be the first one. Like there was Captain Marvel, Marvel, which they showed in the first movie. Yeah. Which they gender swapped, which didn't really matter to me. But
do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, it did not hurt the story.
It did not.
It did not hurt the story. So, yeah, Captain Marvel 3. Well, I hope it does better because Carol Danvers is a badass comic book character. This is a hill I'll die on. The movies do not do her justice. The movies don't even do Brie Larson justice. Okay.
I'm just like
here's Brie Larson, and then here's like the movies.
Ever since like Captain Marvel. Well, ever since like Civil War 2, they've kind of been like dogging on Captain Marvel.
They really have.
It's like,
yeah. Well, I don't know. She's the current leader of the Avengers.
Is she though?
Yeah.
My girl Storm coming up.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Storm's had 2 issues and she hasn't done anything aside from make some rain and lightning. Okay, and made her ex-husband feel so weird that he left off on a mission.
Feel it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. You know how fast the weather can change.
That's true. Let's see how the Doom crossover happens. Okay, you need to read number 19. Let me see. Another MCU rumor has Matthew McConaughey tapped to play another huge comics villain, and supposedly they want him as the MCU's version of Norman Osborn. I can see it. All right, like. You've seen Matthew McConaughey play the villain, right? He plays a damn good villain.
He does.
Yeah, like he gets in that mindset.
See if he can be insane.
I mean, Norman Osborn isn't really insane until he is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, see.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he can do it. I think he can pull it off. Okay. Matthew McConaughey has range. A lot of people don't think he does, but he has range.
Yes,
right?
He does.
All right. Everybody always wants to typecast him ever since the all right. No, he's all over the place. Okay.
He's got range.
Interstellar,
Magic Mike.
Oh, that's right. He was in Magic Mike.
Ghosts of Girlfriends. No, wait.
No, that was Ryan Reynolds, wasn't it?
No, was it Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, or is it like
Failure to Launch?
No, there's a like 2000.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
No, there's like a 2010 movie or so where Matthew McConaughey plays a playboy, and it's like Christmas Eve, and the dude comes and like. That might be
Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Yeah,
I just couldn't remember the name of it.
Dude, there was like a point in the early 2000s, mid 2010s, where Matthew McConaughey was like in at least one rom-com a year. There was one time where he was in 3. That was weird.
He ruled the rom-com.
He really did.
Dude's got range.
He does have range. So the Vatican. In the weirdest news that has popped, to me, this is the weirdest news of the week, okay? The Vatican has dropped their new mascot in order to cater to the young'uns. And it is a little anime girl in a poncho called Luce. Luce, okay?
Luce.
This is just very weird to me. The Vatican is getting in.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
The Lord does work in mysterious ways, but these are some priests going, "Hey, let's make this little girl our mascot for the youngins."
They're like, "Can we? The Vatican."
The Vatican. It's not called the Vatican.
Exactly.
Moana 2 is getting a nacho boat.
Nacho boat.
To rival all of the whole, weird popcorn buckets, we're getting a nacho boat.
Yes.
From Moana 2, from Regal Cinemas. And I'm kind of excited about that. All right. But it's kind of weird because from the picture, they line up the chips.
Yeah.
The chips don't line up like that, okay?
Okay.
Chips don't line up like that. How is it going to work? Are we always... Style. Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
or have you? They're not going to Oreo it.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know, but
are they just going to give us round chips?
Yeah.
Not every chip is designed is going to be round enough to put in there.
Especially if it's one of those places where they sadly give you the nachos in a bag. A lot of them are round.
Huh. Yeah, I guess, but they're not round enough to just stack inside of a tube.
They can make it round enough.
I guess. We'll see how that goes. Tatiana Maslany confirms the rumors that her scenes were cut from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Yeah. I don't know if she actually filmed them, but according to her, she was supposed to have them, and they were left on the cutting room floor or never filmed at all, just completely cut from the script. According to her, Ryan Reynolds was the cause behind it. That's, let's be honest, man. She-Hulk would not have fit in that movie, okay? I loved the She-Hulk show. I don't care what anybody says. That is the closest thing to a comic book live-action thing that we're ever going to get. And I greatly enjoyed it.
Of the character in general, so it's that's why I didn't really care to watch it.
I like her in her Avenger team-ups. I was reading a lot of her... recent series, and it's pretty good. She hooks up with Jack of Hearts.
And she hooks up with everyone.
This one, she actually is committed to Jack of Hearts. Okay. She's not sleeping around. She's actually but you got Tony over there sleeping around across the galaxy. You really dogging on She-Hulk.
I'm not dogging on She-Hulk. I'm just saying she hooked up with everyone. And Tony hooks up with everyone too.
Tony.
I'm not
Tony. Tony has hooked up with more enemies than any other comic character.
This is true.
And this is I'm even thinking about Batman here. Okay, all right. If somebody doesn't try to stab Tony after sleeping with him or before sleeping with him, then it was never really the love.
You think I like my boy Dick Grayson more? He doesn't sleep around.
Yes, he does. Black Tarantula
5 times.
Black Tarantula.
Consensual.
And that it was consensual before it wasn't. Before she killed that guy.
Yeah.
Then Starfire, Barbara, that one girl that was a cop in Bloodhaven whose name escapes me.
But they're all good. Besides this one, they're good with relations.
Wolverine hits streaming services November 12th, or Disney Plus. In the U.S. on November 12th. I am so sorry, people. Let me see. DC adds Eve Ridley of the Three Body Problem to the new Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow movie. I don't know why I was about to say TV series, but it's going to be a movie with Millie Alcock of the Millie Alcock. She's Game of Thrones. Yeah, I remember.
Was she in Game of Thrones?
No, from the new Game of Thrones.
Oh, House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that about does it for our news and random gatherings. We got a Venom review from this guy coming right up.
So Venom 3, The Last Dance, the last one to have Tom Hardy in it, just because there's still rumors that he might show up in either another Spider-Man project. But all in all, I'm gonna say this comes down to it. If you like the first 2 Venom movies, you're gonna like this one. It's already known. They're not, fantastic movies or anything. They're nothing crazy, but they're good. They're entertaining, all right? And this one, yes, it's an entertaining movie. The whole thing of it's very simple, very straightforward. A codex gets made. How does it get made? A host dies, a symbiote brings him back to life. And Eddie did die in the first movie. And Venom brought him back to life, and now, since that was made, they can get in, Noel can use that codex to free himself.
And this is all part of the commercials
and all that.
That's not really
nothing. but that's the plot. And so Null sends his monsters out there to try and retrieve Venom, and that's the whole thing. You know, like that's all it is. For some, Venom, Eddie's on the run right now still because in the second movie, the cop, who I forget,
Patrick Mulligan.
Yeah, Patrick Mulligan died, and everyone wants him. And so Eddie is wanted by the FBI and everybody because they believe he killed him. And for some reason, because of that, he's like, I'm gonna go to New York. And that's just on the road to New York, which they don't even really get that far. Like, all this takes place really in Nevada, so they didn't even get that far. But yeah, it is very simple. And part of the thing is, anytime that Venom actually comes out as Venom, when he takes Venom form, the monsters that Null sent can sense and immediately know where he is. So that's kind of where they get to the whole oh, not much Venom will appear or whatever in this. But then again, you also get those dumb moments where you're just okay, the writing kind of I probably could have done better, because you get that moment in the trailer where he's dancing with Mrs. Chen because Venom sees her in a casino and he's like, it's Mrs. Chen, I want to dance with Mrs. Chen. And Eddie's like, no, bro, you can't come out. You come out, the thing's gonna know where we're at. But Venom's still just I want to dance with Mrs. Chen. And comes out. So.
Yeah, I still need to see this movie.
It's worth it. I believe it is worth it, even if it's not to me, most people, okay, go see it matinee. But to me, it was still worth,
full price?
Yeah, full price. Because it's an entertaining movie. I like it.
So, okay, watchability. I'm not talking about how good the movie is. Okay, because that good and being able to watch it are two very different things.
Very different things.
The Sharknado movies. Yeah. The Sharknado movies are absolute trash, but I love watching them.
I can watch the first one. The second one, they really leaned into the.
I can't do past number 2. Yeah. But they're fun. They're entertaining. Exactly. They are not good, but there's something that you can put on and you're like.
It's like the scary movies.
That's another thing. Yes. Scary Movie's coming back. Marlon Wayans made an announcement.
I'm calling it Scary Movie 3 just because it is finally
No. It's going to be Scary Movie 4 because Scary Movie 3 had Leslie Nielsen in it and it was good.
It was good, but
not as good as...
the third Scary Movie to have the Wayans attached to it.
That is true. So, not a whole lot of information on that one yet, aside from Marlon Wayans announcing, hey, it's coming, we got the rights back. And we're gonna be hitting y'all with some news soon.
Exactly.
And I'm excited because the first 2 are the best. Third one passable. The third one was passable because of Leslie Nielsen. Okay, I'm gonna say it right now.
Yeah.
All right. Leslie Nielsen stole the show whenever he walked on stage, or walked on the scenes.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yes. As far as watchability, I like the Venom movies. They are good. They have good watchability. It's just obviously
they're just not good movies. They're entertaining.
Movies, okay, they are entertaining.
They are popcorn movies,
and and it's not surprising to me why it got 3 movies, because all of them have made money. They made them. Sure, they made them cheap, but they all made good money.
At least triple their budget and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first one made $900 million at the box office. The second one was 800 million or so,
something like that.
So it's no surprise as to why not. Especially I know some people are oh, diehard Venom fans are this isn't Venom, yada yada yada. It should have been rated R or whatever like that. But
why do you have to have a rated R comic movie?
You don't need to. Even for a character like this, you don't need to. And
I mean, dude, we've had a PG-13 Friday the 13th, right? And it worked. Aside from not showing a whole lot of gore.
Yes. And I whenever someone throws that come on, these characters need to be rated R, I always throw it back to it's not Spectacular Spider-Man, is it Ultimate Spider-Man? The Disney XD one where Deadpool showed up on on it. It's you had a kid show Deadpool.
And it worked.
Deadpool, and it works. If you do it right, it works. You don't need to have rated R to make it right.
They even had Carnage on there.
Yeah. So
they had Carnage on the animated series where Spider-Man couldn't throw a friggin' punch.
Yes.
And it worked.
And it's when it comes to this stuff, I'm honestly, I don't believe it needs to be rated R. I don't even think a Venom movie needs to be rated R. Just I don't think Wolverine movies need to be rated R.
Nah.
But I do feel that the last one, the last Logan movie, they made it rated R because they were like, okay, time and time again we've seen, all right, Venom, like the Wolverine movies have done good. This is his last outing. The fans would really like it. We know they're gonna come to it. Okay, we'll spend money on this. But with the Venom movies, you got all the fans like complaining that it's not rated R for 2 movies. That they're like, well, those fans aren't showing up anyways. Let's just continue making these PG-13 version of it that is still making money for the fans that do like that. So, yeah.
Honestly, you can't call yourself a comic fan if you're clamoring for a rated R Venom movie. Okay, I mean, like, yes, it would have been nice to see him chopping off more heads with his mouth.
Yes.
But honestly, you don't even need to see it because they don't show it all the time in the comics. And honestly, it happens off screen, off panel.
Honestly, in this one, there was surprisingly more gore than I remember the other 2 having.
Yeah, they really didn't have it.
Yeah, because like he bites people's heads off in this one, bad guys' heads off in this one pretty early on, and there's like pretty good, like a fair amount of blood splatter. And then some of the monsters in there actually that are hunting them actually eat people, and it straight up shows like, because they have like this weird, like their mouth is kind of like razory and somehow it turns or whatever, and like when they eat them, blood splatters up the back of their head, and like they actually show that blood a bit. Yeah. So it's like,
huh. All right. So bottom line,
I thought it was good. I liked it. Again, if you like the first 2, I still believe you're gonna like this one. Out of 5, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 because it is entertaining. The story, yes, it's kind of like simple. It's very simple.
There's a MacGuffin. We got to keep the MacGuffin away from the dude.
Exactly. Yes. Some of the other symbiotes show up. It's nice. The actor for the lizard,
Rhys Ifans.
Rhys Ifans. Not really anybody. Just a family. He's just a guy with a family. So
yeah, it's disappointing.
Yeah, that was kind of disappointing. Like he's just a guy. And I don't know why, but to me, there's a lot of stuff, like, at least once in every single one of the Venom movies that have come out, there's parts that seem like it wasn't supposed to originally be that way. Like, because, like, I think we even talked about it when the first one came out all those years ago, that, in the trailer, they're showing him talk to him, and he's like, okay, if you eat anybody, you only eat very bad people. And it looks like, and then in the movie, like that scene's not even there, but it looks like there was one where he enters Mrs. Chen's place for the last time, and it's nighttime outside, and then he comes out, and it looks like, oh, it's daytime again. And it just seems like something when it got, because like I think all of them have gotten delayed. Like all the Venom movies got delayed, and it just seems like, all right, they changed up something in the story for all of them. Like all of them, for some reason, just give me that feeling that something got changed, maybe due to like studio involvement or whatever.
I think it's studio involvement, and Sony needs to just stop.
Because like something about it always just there's something in each movie that makes me feel like I don't think. That doesn't feel like that's how it originally was going to go. But yeah. And the only other thing I'd say is they make it official in this movie where they've only been together. Like, he's only been the symbiote. He's only been Venom for 1 year.
What? Man, that dude has had one hell of a year.
I was wondering, because I saw a meme before it where they were all like, man, Eddie's changed a lot in 1 year, and I was all like, why are they making this joke? There's no way.
Now it makes sense? Okay.
And then, they like...
Eddie, I haven't seen him around then, too, so...
Eddie makes a joke in it where he's all like, oh, I should have never... Like, you've drastically changed my life when you came into it a year ago. And Venom's like, we've been together a year? Wow. But yeah, so I'm like, man, just 1 year?
Like in less than a year, he lost his job, girlfriend. Girlfriend went and found another dude, and is getting married to the other dude. He jumped universes. Wow.
He had a thing with a dude on death row.
Yeah, man. Holy crap.
He evidently had an interview come out with the man on death row, help police out with investigating him, and it's all in a year. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So that makes sense. All right, so bottom line, 3 out of 5. Not really a must-see, but it's a fun see.
Fun see.
All right, and if you like the Rantings, Ravings, and 2 Madmen, give us that like, follow, share us with your friends, and we will see you guys next time. Later.